Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 54 of our Enigmatica 6 Expert Let's Play series, where today we talk about prep work that we're doing for our engineer school project and things that I've gotten set up, and going and absolutely demolishing the pharaoh Ra. So yeah, absolutely taking that guy out. He ain't holding nothing to us. We are the god. We are the sun god. Let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful episode here in the world of the Andrata Landia, where today we're going to do some stuff and some things. So we got some things to talk about, changes, some improvements to systems. You may be able to see a little bit of what's going on over here, what's missing over here. We got some work to do. But before we do anything, I want to go ahead, clear my to-do list and upgrade my dank. Okay, I'm tired of using this junky dank that only has a few things, so I need a dank, right? So we're gonna usage add, and I need to make myself a basket. I should be able to afford these. I do need to get straw automated. It's been recommended for us to do that at some point. It'll come at some point. But anyway, I guess since I need honeycombs, right? I need honeycombs, basket, and then my dank, of course. Let's talk about what I've done in between episodes. So first things first, you're going to see over here, there's a new thing. I went ahead and made, I love these bins. These bins are the absolute most fantastic thing in existence. Thank you to everybody who had mentioned that we should set up those bins because they are super helpful. Like without the bins, I don't know what I'd be doing because bins are, drawers are not cheap. Drawers aren't bad. Upgrades in drawers are not cheap. Let's say that. And yeah, I don't want to keep using drawers when we don't need to. Anyway, what am I trying to say? Oh, look, we have redstone right here. We can go ahead and do this now. Anyway, so what I set up was these bins, and I went over to Atom and I just grabbed some strange sand, and I grabbed like 5,000 strange sand, just filled up my inventory multiple times, back and forth, came over here. We have a redstone furnace that is just cooking that into glass. We have glass. Because we're going to need a lot of glass. Where is my crafting table at? I don't know why I don't just make another one. It doesn't really make sense to have this all the way over here unnecessarily, but hey, it's all the way over there now. Whatever. Let's go ahead and put this away, and we're going to do this, and we're going to alt request this anyway, and then we're going to put our dank here and get our dank level 2. Now, to get a level 3 that is glowstone honeycomb, block of dimensional shards, we actually probably could do that, and the marvelous clay, magic clay. Yeah, we don't have any magic clay available. I can make some. Not going to worry about it right now. But the dank level 2 is great because it has another whole row of slots and it can hold 1,024 of each item, which is fantastic. I can actually just do this, stack those on there, and I can grab some of that cobbled deep slate because we end up needing it frequently. I should get some cobblestone too. Do I have regular cobblestone? Yeah, let's get a couple stacks of that. And by a couple stacks, I mean, I guess 4. And then we're going to go ahead and pop all this into here. And didn't I have, I had all these slots locked. Okay, apparently it unlocks your slots when you do this, so make sure you lock your slots back up. And remember, locking your slot means that if you have one left, it won't let you use it. That way you don't empty this slot, and then it just becomes a pain when you end up picking stuff up again. Okay, so we got this going for us, which is great. And then if we go pop downstairs, don't look yet, bam, there's a wall of bins. I went bin crazy because my storage for my beehives, my honeycombs filled up again, and I need to get all of this stuff processing instead of sitting in these bins, but we don't have the infrastructure for that yet. I really need to get centrifuge going, a centrifuge controller, and then all this stuff, but I want to get power taken care of kind of and start working on getting that done. So we need to progress into magic enough to the point where we can get some power going a little bit better, I guess. By the way, I was looking at these ender gates and what the cost of them is, and it's not terribly too difficult. Basic capacitors, dielectric paste, blank cards, and then these ender cores. These things ain't cheap. It requires an ender overseer, which is not bad. This part's not difficult. Abyssaline isn't difficult. It requires a dielectric casing. Not bad. We can make that happen. These black ceramic tiles are fairly easy. It uses that marl that we had before, if you remember. Just smelted marl. But this part requires a spawner core 100% set to Enderman. Like, why? Come on. In the most recent episode comments, Ridanosaurus Rid said that all of the most painful recipes from this came from Mute Tiefling Makoto in the Discord. So thanks. I appreciate that. I think he said that we need to have hashtag blame Mute Tiefling. So yeah, hashtag blame Mute Tiefling for this complicated recipe. We need 4 buckets of experience on top of a spawner core, and that will get us 4 buckets of experience on a spawner core shell, which is a dimensional storage crystal, which is a dimensional crystal matrix, which is this. And then this pressure chamber, which is fine. That's part's easy. And then there's this, which requires Botania. So yeah, like, it's expert. Anyway, so we ain't getting into wireless power anytime soon. I was hoping we might be able to cheese it. The only other option we would have for wireless power would be dimensional cells, which again requires an ender core and dimensional storage crystal. So it ain't happening either way. So we're going to be running cables everywhere, basically. I have a bunch of cables. I've gone cable making crazy because I needed to run a bunch of cables. And apparently I have even extra universal cables. I thought I had more logistical transporters, but I guess not. I made universal cables because we were running power all over the place. So anyway, let's go ahead and pop behind scenes so we can see what's going on. It's really not too difficult. It's a pretty pipe wall. So we got pretty pipes all around, hooked up to every one of these bins, including those 4 that are set as offshoots there, because I kind of forgot that I needed them. And yeah, so they're kind of in their own area because we have automation going on right here that I didn't want to move. I set up a pipe pressurizer. If you remember the pipe pressurizer, we have one on our main system there. It's not terribly too expensive to make. And what I did below it, by the way, this pickaxe is ridiculously fast. It's kind of hard to control. Below it, I went ahead and did the thing. I made a thermoelectric generator, and I put water here, and then we have lava right behind here and lava over here, and we're generating an indeterminate amount of power because I have no idea how much this is actually generating because I don't have like a battery or anything in between to say, hey, TheAndrata, you're generating this much. But I'm going to say it was like about 40 RF a tick or something like that. I could be wrong. Could be right. I'm probably right, but I might be wrong. So yeah, I think I have like a cobbled deep slate somewhere. Cobblestone. That works. So yeah, anyway, it works great. Gets us a little power. I'm going to probably use these thermoelectric generators for anywhere that we need little power because as far as I know, they work great for pipe pressurizers and for keeping XNet powered, which if you remember, we need XNet over in our base so we can kind of make our LPG run a little better and automate that. So we still have this going, working great. Fantastic. That's the way that is. So what I have over here right now is all of our stuff. And then off of our copper honeycombs, logistical pipes, logistical transporters running into our centrifuge, and it is processing the copper honeycombs, which converts into gold nuggets or copper chunks. And so those are split into respective drawers as they see fit, I guess you could say. We have a pulverizer here, which is set to. I also made hardened upgrades for these, by the way. It is set to auto input from the bottom and output to the top. So it pulls from the copper chunks, pulverizes them, and then puts them up here into this chest or this drawer. And then we also get some secondary outputs. Sometimes we'll get gold dust. Sometimes we'll get gravel. So that's why we have a 4-piece drawer here, which I don't know if I've made any in this series, but it's not difficult. It was, let's see, where is my recipe? It's just canvas. Drawer. Yeah, it's just planks and then baskets. It's the baskets is the biggest, and it's just that canvas that we have. We really need to get straw automated. And so then off of here, I have a pretty pipe set up here because I needed to be able to filter out to only pull the copper dust. So inside of this, I have a low extraction module that is set to allowed with copper dust. So it pulls the copper dust down into this redstone furnace. This redstone furnace is set to input from the top, output to the left. So it smelts that up into a copper ingot, which then gets pushed over here to a multi-servo press, which is pull from the right, export to the top, which is then making copper plates. And you may be wondering, TheAndrata, why the heck you doing all this? Like, what's the purpose? You got all these honeycombs, you got a bunch of glass, 5,000 glass, you got copper plates. Well, I decided to start looking because it's been mentioned many times in the comments that I really need to start focusing on my engineer school project, because I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to end up having to wait. And IRL waiting is fine. AFKing is fine. But if it's waiting and I have to do stuff, like I need to set up all these processes and then wait, we may run into an issue timing wise for these episodes. So I'm starting it now so that we can start getting things going. So if we take a look at our engineer school project, first off, we have construction tools, which requires bandages, compressed iron drill bits, and a pneumatic jackhammer. Haven't even looked at what these cost or anything, but this is only a 5x recipe. So it's not going to be terribly too difficult. We're going to need 20 total bandages, which we need these glops of glycerol. We'll figure that process out, but we only need 20 of these. We're going to need 5 of these things, which is going to, I'm assume, lubricant, compressed iron. That's good. And then these jackhammers is going to require, 10 iron or 10 diamonds overall, some plastic and everything. That's not too bad. Then we have our engineering student meals, which is food processes, which is an enchanted golden apple, apparently. This is going to be fun. I didn't even notice this. Arcane gold block and a honeyed apple. Probably going to be a better way to go about this. How many of these do we need? 60 total. Nice. Plum pudding, and we're gonna need 120 builder's tea. So we need to get our clockwork bee up and running, I guess, full time. Put him in an apiary and get him running full time instead of converting. We can get some clockwork honeycombs. I like that idea. Landscaping materials is turf, any kind of flower, and ebony leaves. So we're gonna need 250 flowers. We're gonna need 250 leaves. That part's easy. Getting leaves is cakewalk. Flowers will be okay too. We can figure something out with flowers. Turf is going to be an issue. We're going to need grass. So it's 4 grass to 4 turf, and we're going to need 1,000 of those because it is 4 times 250, so 1,000 turf. So we're gonna have to figure out where we're gonna get grass from, and then how we're gonna plant it. Maybe a garden cloche if it's not too difficult to craft. Vacuum tube. We can make vacuum tubes. I don't know how to make a botany pot. Botany pot requires a dissolution chamber with a molten fairy. That doesn't seem cool. I don't like that. You gotta melt a fairy down. Okay, so we're not botany pot in this. What about a phytogenic insulator? Rune of Earth, Abyssaline lamp. That's doable. Advanced control circuit is not doable. We need a dissolution chamber. So we're gonna have to figure out some way to get a bunch of grass, bone meal, and then shearing is fine, I guess. It's a way to do it. Foundation materials are going to require concrete, steel scaffolding, and clinker brick blocks, which is clay and nether brick. So we're going to have to figure that out, but we'll get there. We need 1,000 of those, 500 of these, and 1,500 concrete. And concrete, we're going to have to automate pressing concrete with liquid concrete. It's going to be a process too. It's why people say I need to start working on this. But really, this is the big chunk of this, right? Building materials. So what we need is, this is run 500 times, by the way, 4 treated wood planks. So that is 1,000 treated wood planks, 2,000 treated wood planks per building materials. We're also going to need these copper shingles, and now you can see why I need the copper. It is 4 copper plates to a copper shingle. So we're going to need 500 of these, which means we're going to need, I don't know the math on this because it would be 500 divided by 16, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, and then framed glass, which is glass and iron. Okay, so now you understand why we're making glass and why we're making copper. And then eventually, once this is done, I will get the iron moved over, and I'll run the iron through here and process our iron and get that going. So yeah, that's where we're at. Also, creosote oil. Everybody's been saying, I need to get creosote oil. I need to get creosote oil. I need to get creosote oil. And you guys remember, I did set up creosote oil over here, but apparently it ain't going to be enough. So we're going to talk about what I did for creosote oil. Let's pop over to our factory here. So if we go over here and we pop upstairs, we have our, what is this? A coke oven. it's empty now pretty much, or well, it's full of creosote. Okay, we have a little bit of coal left and it's full of creosote oil. We have a bunch of coal coke. We're good to go here, and these things are all full, which is why this thing stopped running. This guy's sitting at 128. It was mentioned in the comments too that I can put a augment in here, which will augment this, which will increase it. We'll talk about that when we go upstairs. So this guy has stalled out. It's full. We have a total of 4 basic fluid tanks, plus another, what is that? Another 4, right? Yeah, another 4 in here. So we have a total of 8 fluid tanks of creosote oil here. If we go upstairs, though, all the way up to our roof, you're going to see I set up more coke ovens, okay? I went ahead and I made a bunch of bricks. I don't even know how many coke bricks I made. I made a lot. I have extra left in my system because I didn't plan for how many I was going to set up. I just set it up to make it. So we have coke bricks. Remember, the recipe for this is fairly easy. It's just cinder flour, basalt powder, and clay. We have a bunch of all this stuff because of our bees. So it's easy to make. So I set these up, and then I got them all coal. So we have coal out the wazoo here. Again, we have bees that are making coal for us. Having the bees is a absolutely... it's a necessity. If you are playing this pack and you have not set up apiaries with your bees and not even automated your bees necessarily, because I haven't, but if you have not set up your bees to create resources, you need to, because this would not be possible without having infinite resources. There's no way I'm running around grabbing all that clay that I need, all the nether bricks or the cinder flour, all that stuff. It's just not going to happen. So automate it. Okay. So what we have is a barrel going into a hopper, going into our coke oven, which is doing its thing. And then we have a hopper down here that's pointing into these barrels to get us our coal coke. And we have what, 4 of these? 5 of these? 5 of these. And then if we go on the back here, I went ahead and made a bunch of mechanism basic fluid tanks. Because if you remember, basic fluid tanks are cheap. It's just redstone and then iron or aluminum. So I made a bunch of these. So each one of these has 9 basic fluid tanks sitting on the back of it, and we have mechanical pipes coming out of them, pumping out into the top ones. And then I set all of these to export mode, which all you have to do is take your wrench, your configurator, and shift right click. You're going to kind of see that it lights up. The coloring changes. Well, it's not doing it now, so great. I have no idea what mode this is in. There we go. Okay, so right now it is not exporting, and now it is. You can kind of see the little change in the UI. So what it does is it fills up in here, and then the creosote pours down. Okay, so it's going to fill from the bottom up as this process runs, except for apparently I missed a few that are not exporting. So let's do this, and now it's going to go. And I guess this is a good way to demonstrate how this works. There we go. Hey, when you're setting up, 36 of these, you kind of miss a few every once in a while. Okay, it happens. So that's basically what we have. We have 36. 9 times 5 is 36, right? 9 times 3 is 27, 36, 45. 9 times 5 is 45. Oh, okay. I thought I only had 4 of these, but I guess I have 5. So I have 45 of these cooked, plus the other 8 down there, which is 52. So we have, 54. Sorry. I don't know why I'm struggling on my math. Don't tell anybody. I'm about to go be a teacher, and I can't do this math in my head. Don't tell nobody, okay? We're getting there. Anyway, 45. I calculated it. We need a total of 39.20764, something like that, in order to get all the treated wood. So we need 39 of these full. So we'll have 54 of them. So we'll have some extra for any other treated wood that we're going to need. So yeah, we just basically need to let this run. I'll AFK overnight or something like that and let this run, and it'll pretty much finish itself. So we got that going. We got our copper going. We got glass going. We do need to work on the other things, but we need to get to a point where it makes it a little bit easier. So we're just going to progress a little bit further in our magic. I really would like to finish our first chapter of magic, and yeah, because we're almost there. I would love to get a refined storage controller set up. What's an external storage cost? External storage is not bad. We do need to get into Botania and get these Corporea sparks going. And I need to go into Atom, which is what our plan is today. We're going to do a little bit of exploration again in Atom. I have a pyramid we need to get into. I'm looking for a Wraith spawner so that we need to get a mob farm going. So our next couple episodes are going to be focused on getting a Wraith spawner, getting a mob farm set up some way, somehow, even if it has to be a manual mob farm. I got a macro. I can sit here and smack things. We got mending going. Oh, speaking of mending, it was mentioned that if I put my Paxel in my offhand and I kill stuff, the experience will go into my Paxel. So I can use the mending on this. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and go home. And that's our stuff that we needed to discuss. And over the next few episodes, I'll start working on automating some of these simpler things in this engineer school project. Like, I guess, something like this. I only need 5 of those, though. So I can go ahead and craft the 5 that we're going to need for this. And then, like, for this, I guess I'll start processing. I start saving honey, which I am saving honey, by the way. I do have it down here. I don't know if you noticed, but I have honey down here. And this is where I have this set up. So we have a hardened integral component plus an expanded tank, which is cheap to make. And this can hold 256 buckets of a fluid. So we have this, plus I have 3. And I believe I have 1 on the bottom of this too. So we have 4 extra tanks sitting around this to hold some honey. I'm hoping that's enough to process all this copper and everything. So yeah, that's where we're at. But I'll start working on some of these, simpler things, like maybe even the concrete. I can buy concrete for emeralds. What I need to do is get a spawner, convert it, and get a villager spawn egg. Because remember, we have capturing on this. I need to go kill some villagers, hopefully get an egg. Hey, look, our sand is processed. And then we can just like throw villagers into a tinker smeltery and get emeralds automatically. That might be something we do. Okay. Pyramid. Let's go ahead and grab my Nebu torches. I should have them maybe in here. Yes. Okay. So we're going to need 4 of you. And remember, we've already explored a pyramid and we know what we're, what to expect in this pyramid. And we're like uber OP now. I don't know why I keep coming out here. I need to go here and I need some experience, which is not stored in here anymore. It's stored over here. Oh, by the way, it was mentioned in my Discord by James that my tank that I have this in, remember I was like, oh, how do I get my experience out of here? There's a UI. Duh. I knew this. I don't know why I didn't. Yeah, input. So this pulled all of that stuff out, put it into our memory stick, and then we're good to go. Now, we are going to need memory essence, as you saw before. We're going to need it for, stuff and things. But for now, I'd like to have all of it stored as much as I can, and then we'll figure out the rest later. So we have a pyramid here. We can go ahead and go to it, and there we go. Cool. We can actually just break this and bring it with us because we're not going to need to come back here. I got my gold backpack. I got reinforced chests. I have wooden storage crates. So loot wise, we'll be okay. So just go ahead and open the door. And then take these guys out. And check out what kind of spawners we have here. So we have a Forsaken spawner. Don't want that. Wraith spawner is what we're looking for. I probably should not use my Nebu torches here. I should just use regular torches to light this place up. Mainly for you guys. I can see fine. Remember, we can do this too to light everything up, so don't forget. Nature's Mend? Nah. We can now be fairly selective with our enchants, by the way. A Minecraft cat? Nah. Totem of Undying we'll take, though. That's actually pretty good. Crocodiles? Sure. Can't we tame a crocodile? An aura cache? Wasn't I looking for one of these so we could use Nature's Mend? Okay, I guess. I have Nature's Mend. I have actually quite a few Nature's Mend, so I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, I was looking for one of these so we could get Nature's Mend. Crocodiles, fertile soil, strange sand. What else we got? Iron Kopesh, emeralds, kangaroos. We can train kangaroos, by the way, if you didn't know, to fight for you. That's kind of actually cool. Corporea sparks. We know we needed those. Enchanted golden dates, cavalier, camels. Sure, I have no idea. We'll take it all. Unbreaking, fertile soil. What is this used for, by the way? Smoke trap or to craft fertile soil. And it's fertile soil. It is a growth modifier. It takes off 4 minutes. Actually, we'll take that. Crows? Sure. But I really need to set up, and I don't know if it's possible right now. What about an ender chest? That's doable. That's doable. We'd have to go to the nether and get some cobalt. Surprisingly substantial satchel would be doable, actually. You know what? I'm going to bookmark this. I have an ender pouch. It would be nice to set up an ender chest and have it be able to output into the ender so we can have our items all automatically go to our base. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We can put the totem of undying away. We'll actually use it for crafting. We're probably not going to need the totem of undying anytime soon. I don't think we're going to die to any mobs in here. So yeah. Nature's Mend, Mage Leggings. Those do give me more mana and everything, but I think we're pretty good on mana. Okay. It's getting to be nighttime apparently out there. Remember, we're looking for traps. There doesn't seem to be any traps on this level, to be honest with you. There we go. Oh, I did try my book, by the way. Shadow's Temporary Tunnel does not work in here. Apparently, I set that trap off. I don't know if y'all heard it. There we go. Okay. And apparently last time I explored this, I missed a treasure room when I was here. So let's go ahead and go in here, turn this off. That is a Wraith spawner. That's what I want. That's what I'm here for. Okay, so let's grab some cardboard. I love how I can just stand here. I have no fear of taking any damage or anything. And we got a Wraith spawner. That's what we came here for, though we're gonna fight the pharaoh just because, you know, the pharaoh exists and we want to. Bolt of linen cloth, sure. Desert wolf, I think I already have those, but we'll take it. Beer? This is a PG game. We're not taking that. We don't need that. Is it crafted for anything? Nah. This is family friendly. Okay, and here's our pharaoh. Let's light it up. But we're not going to fight the pharaoh just yet. We're going to keep looking around for loot. Because, you know, we like loot. I'm also curious, like, am I going to one-shot the pharaoh? Oh, wrong thing. Okay. Magic protection, efficiency 4, soulbound, emerald, crows again, bag of rice, strange sand, the fertile soil I'll take though. At this point, I'm done lighting things up. Let's just go. Curry powder, bacon, emu feather, potassium nitrate, rabbit hide. I think I needed those recently for something. Something hidden there. Look, it's like a treasure room. Aha. Corporea sparks. It was worth coming. Capacity 6. That's actually pretty worth it too. Cat, potato, tin. Dates. Nebu torch. We'll take extras of those. Soulbound protection. Nature's Mend, reach, fire, cooked bacon, gunpowder, sack. We'll take that. I like gunpowder. Chyam. Nope, no use for that. Wolf pelt. That had a use recently, didn't it? Yeah, for making the Drigme charm. Bam. We have the wolf pelts we need for a Drigme charm. Apparently some more mobs somewhere around here. Excuse me, guys. If you could stop shooting me, that'd be great. Crocodile egg? Sure. There are mobs, like, over here, but they're like those brigands. How would one get to the brigands? You guys, we hear them. Like they're spawned back here. I think there must be like a gap, and they spawned back in the gap because there's no way to get back here until we destroy the pharaoh. All right, let's take out the pharaoh. Enough enough exploration. Pharaoh. Pharaoh. Oh, let my people go. Yeah. And open this up. Bam. I just one-shot the pharaoh. I hit him so fast, it didn't die. It like didn't do anything. His health bar stayed up there. It was like, oh wait, oh you killed him. Okay, good. It had a delay in his death. That was kind of funny. All right, so yeah, enchanting this was absolutely worth doing. Just trying to clean up all this junk. Could I open my backpack and put all these things in really quickly? Absolutely. Should I have done that? Absolutely. Did I do it? Absolutely not. All right, give me my stuff, though. Don't forget to loot your pharaohs. I've seen some playthroughs where people forget to loot the pharaoh, and then they're out of luck on the loot. There's not much in here, though. Nothing good. Dirty necklaces and rings, those really don't do much. Sprouting fungus makes a potion jar. What's the recipe on this? We'll take it. It seems a little complicated, so. I want to know, like, where are these guys coming from? All right, we were hearing them back here. Oh, look, yeah, because we're outside now. Okay, cool. But we're going to go home because we got what we came for, which was a Wraith spawner. So what that means for us is that next episode, I am going to go ahead and start working on, getting us we're going to work on getting a mob farm set up because it's where we're at. It's what we need next. We're at that point where we need to get a mob farm set up. We don't have one as of yet. It's been 50 some odd episodes. Yeah, basically we need a mob spawner, so we're going to work towards getting a mob spawner. I don't know if there was any of this stuff that I needed. I literally just decided to dump everything into my system and then go from there. So yeah, how you doing here, buddy? Oh, only 47 out of 50 were golden here. Okay, cool. But that's going to be it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. If you have any tips for any of these engineer projects or anything like that, anything else that I should focus on or get growing or something like that, let me know.